Welcome to Country here at KHTS Radio, an award-winning radio station with my co-hostess. That's Charlene.
Hi, Coach.
Charlene Gill.
That's right.
Now, you are one of the most successful, if not number one, in Santa Clarita with mortgages, finance. But we're not talking about mortgages or finance today unless we can get Cody to remember, right?
Yeah, special
Cody,
terms.
if you're ever looking for a real estate loan, who are you going to call?
Well, that'd be Charlene.
That a boy.
He's on board now.
We got two special guests in the studio. We're going to be doing a sports show here probably in a week or two called, what's it called, Travis?
Travis Talk Sports.
I like that, don't you like? Travis
I
Talk
like
Sports.
that.
So we may.
Original.
Yes.
It's simple to the point.
Yeah. And very special guest. I'm going to try to get as close to him as I can so I get invited to Pro-Ams. I'll pay for them. The Pro at Valencia Country Club. Beautiful. You ever been out there to Valencia Country Club?
I've been there, yes.
They have weddings.
It's beautiful.
What else do you guys do out there? You have last week you had the tent up. What was that?
We had the member Christmas party.
Oh, listen to that voice.
We had
Holy
a couple
moly.
weddings as well.
That's a radio voice. Why are you wasting your time being a golf pro?
I don't know, Coach. I get that all the time. I answer the phone like that. They're like, you should be on the radio. I'm like, oh, thank you. I have no idea.
Listen to that voice. So the tent was up for what?
Just outside events. You know, we had a couple weddings. The member Christmas party, which you missed, by the way.
Yeah. I'm not a party, I'm just not a party guy. Never have been.
But a lot of outside events. I mean, that's the big thing this time of year.
Charlene, are you a party girl?
I love parties. I planned them all for our offices
I'm
this
kind
year.
of a loner, so I don't know.
It doesn't always have to be that way.
No, it doesn't.
No.
I need to change.
We need to make some changes.
Travis,
Coach.
are you a party guy?
I like parties, but I don't like
So
to stay
3
long.
out of 4. How about you, Cody? Are you a party guy?
I can be, I guess. Depends
So
on the party.
Christmas time, there's parties like every day. I get
Yes.
invited to a lot of parties, but I don't go to any of them.
Well, you should change
I
that.
know. It's maybe next year.
It's a New Year's resolution.
Yeah. Do you do? It's Christmas week. Do we do resolutions still?
I never really make a resolution.
No.
I just stick to the game plan year after year.
And what's your game plan? More mortgages.
Stay on point, stay healthy, focus on family, get the job done with work. Same things every year. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself.
Now this Thursday, you have your own show
Right.
on KHTS Radio, 2:00 every Thursday.
Absolutely.
And this Thursday, a real surprise for the audience. So if
Yes.
you're an avid listener to KHTS,
Tune in.
tune in because we have some pretty world famous people. What's the matter, Cody? You don't like the air conditioning?
Oh, I like it. We can use it, but
Oh, I
He
did
wants
hear
us
it.
to
No,
perspire.
I did hear it in the background. Okay, so I want to talk a little. Let's talk just a few minutes about Christmas because it's my favorite time of year. So I took some notes here. So, do any of the three of you know where the concept of the lights on the Christmas tree came from? And Cody, you can jump in too.
I wanted to look some of this up too, so I was prepared for your questions.
Boy, if you know the answer here, I'm going to be so.
I didn't look this one up.
So in the 17th century, people used to take candles and take the wax from the candle and tie it to the tree somehow and put the candles on the tree. That's how the ornaments and that stuff started. Do you know what country this started in?
No
Germany.
idea.
Everything
I was
started
going to say Germany.
Everything starts in Germany.
But wouldn't they have
I don't know.
fires everywhere with
You
candles
would-
on
you
trees?
would
This
think.
could be an epidemic.
You would think.
That's
I mean-
immediately what came to my mind.
Christmas
trees
we're
on
told
fire.
to be careful with trees here, let alone put candles on it.
I know. I mean, you would think. I mean, there was no fire department. I mean, but this is the 17th century. Can you imagine what life was like, you guys, back in the 17th century? Just basic human things that we take for granted.
I believe it was short back in the 17th century life.
Life was, I think the males dropped out at about late 30s, early 40s. Women, I don't know about, but...
We're probably a little bit further behind you,
So-
as usual.
So you didn't study anything about Christmas?
No.
I called you the other
I
day. I
do
said,
know
we're
a
gonna
lot
talk
about Christmas, but
What do you know?
we're going to shoot from the hip today.
What do you know about Christmas?
We know that we all love Christmas.
Right.
We know that we're all happy around Christmas.
Yes. People are nice.
People are nicer.
They really are. If we could figure out, Charlene, how to bottle the spirit of Christmas every week of the year, we'd be so much
I'd love
happier.
to do that.
The only other thing that's a little challenging is the traffic in town is just unbelievable. Have you been out driving around?
Yeah, but you know what I do? I put on the soothing Christmas songs. Nothing too crazy, so you just kind of sit back in the car, wait for that traffic to pass, and you just cruise on through.
I just feel like I want to sing Christmas songs now, but I can't sing.
Yeah, please don't.
No, you sang for us a little earlier. We need a
You,
little
heard
work on that.
you got a sample of it?
We need a little work, Coach.
Okay, let me go around this table here. You, lady first. Is there anything you really want for Christmas?
You know, I usually
Be
don't.
honest.
I don't. I don't have a specific item. It's usually not materialistic for me. I really just always wish my family and friends to have health because, you know, we've had some experiences in our family, and I've had some friends lose. One of my good friends lost their daughter recently. So to me, little things like that, just spending time with family and health and all of that means a lot more to me than any type of gift or monetary item I could get.
Yeah, that's why you have a great spirit. That's Charlene, everybody. Charlene Gill has her own show this Thursday at 2 o'clock. Charlene runs CSMC Mortgage, CSMC. I was thinking, driving here today, how do people get a hold of you? To make it easy for our listeners, 90% of our listeners are driving in their car.
And-
Every 12th car out there, we have somebody listening to our show.
And I thought about that exact same concept because the last couple of shows we threw out just the name, send to
Yeah.
reach them on Facebook. So I'm going to, on Thursday's show, hand out the office number. And
Is it an easy number, I hope?
yes, I'm going to put a little tune to it. So it's going to be
That's
a
a
little.
great
I'm
idea.
gonna have a little rhythm to it when we
Is
say
Cody
it.
going to produce that?
Yeah, Cody and I are gonna work something out on that number. It's gonna be a jingle.
Do you see these law firms that just dominate the airways on TV and radio in the bigger markets, and they have numbers like 8,000, 8 million, 3, whatever.
But they have a ring to it, so when they say it, there's a little do do do.
Oh, I can't wait till Thursday then.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
have a
gonna
little
come
jingle.
up with something cool.
All right. So your Christmas wish is beautiful. Now the pro from Valencia Country Club, Mr. Scott Anderson. Is mom and dad listening?
Probably not at this point.
Darn it.
I didn't,
You didn't tell
them.
They could listen, text them on your phone. They can listen on hometownstation.com, hometownstation.com.
Being the first time, I just wanted to
Listen to that voice.
I wanted
I'm
to
going to
get-
get
He has
him
a good
radio.
voice.
No, I'm going to get him in the radio. I'll get him fired at the club,
Thanks, Coach.
and then I'll get you on the radio.
I think that's what Coach is trying to do to me as well.
So wants me to
You're
do-
already
he
on,
wants-
you already got a
he wants me
show.
to do commercials.
He's
I think.
bringing on a whole crew here.
Yeah, no, you already have a show.
I
Travis
know.
has a show. Scott's next.
golf
See
show.
what he's doing to us?
About 2 a.m. It'd be great.
Yeah.
I can do that.
There
No,
are
sorry.
golf shows on
Sorry.
Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings. Every once in a while when I'm up that early, I'll listen to them. And they're pretty good, actually.
There are a few, like on ESPN, Fox
Yeah.
Sports. I think there's a couple about 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't
Golf
know.
channel.
All right, so what do you want for Christmas?
I think Charlene pretty much touched on it. It's things that you can't buy. I've got everything golf related I want. I get pretty much.
I bet you do.
Yeah, whatever I want.
I bet
So,
you do.
you
Little
know.
spoiled brat.
I get-
Who gives you the balls? Titleist? Who's your
Titleist takes very good care of me. A great golf ball, by the way.
Yeah, I use
Best
it.
on the market.
I use it.
But it's stuff for my wife, and I think giving to other people is very, very important. I get more out of that than I do actually receiving things. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'd like maybe a TV, but we can pretty much get that any time of year, I think. So
Want a TV? What size?
big.
Big?
I just got to clear that with the boss first,
Is Deborah still working at the club?
Deborah's still
She's
there,
a
yeah.
sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. Now, do you guys exchange gifts in the pro shop?
Not quite. This is my first year over there, so
First
I'm not quite
rodeo.
sure. Yeah, if I'm definitely gonna get everybody a gift. I don't know what they're gonna get me. Like I said, I don't really want anything, so
No.
it's not.
You or Charlene don't want anything, so that's good. That's really cool.
It's a giving time of year.
Right.
Do you guys at your mortgage company share anything? Do you give anything to Freed?
I do.
We've got to have her back. She was a really cool lady.
I know. We had
She's
a good.
really cool
we had a
lady.
good show.
Yeah, at All Valley Escrow.
Yep. Freed's amazing.
All right, Travis.
All right. For me, it's an opportunity I'm thankful for me and my family, just first to celebrate Christmas, the birth of Jesus. So we're thankful for that. But after this talk I heard from Scott, there is something I would like for Christmas, and maybe Scott can help me out. You know?
Wow.
I would
pleasure.
love a new set of golf clubs and a few sleeves of Titleist golf balls.
Yeah, good luck.
You're about 19 down the list.
What month was Jesus born? Do you know?
Well, October, I believe.
No, not even close. Not even close.
Did they have months back then, Coach?
When was it?
That's an embarrassing question.
Was
I
it?
don't, the way you asked it, I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know if they referred to it as months. They had calendars. They had a calendar year. April or May. Nobody really knows when Jesus was born, but they think April or May.
Oh.
Yeah.
33 years here on Earth.
Who?
Jesus.
I thought it was 28.
Was
Where
that
are you getting your
33?
facts from?
I thought it was 33.
Look it up.
Although they didn't have months, so how do they really know?
I don't
They had
know.
years.
I'll get my staff, my crack staff, to get on this immediately. All right, let's talk a little bit about. Are we done with Christmas?
If you're done with Christmas,
So I'm done.
okay.
I'm not really done, but there's a lot of people that celebrate Hanukkah. So let me wish all of our listeners a happy Hanukkah. Any other holidays this time of year? Hanukkah, Christmas,
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa
Kwanzaa,
to our
yes.
listeners that celebrate that.
Festivus.
Festivus and happy Festivus.
Festivus. I like that.
Yeah. Do you know where that comes? Don't say Scott. Do you know where that comes from? Festivus.
Where?
One of my favorite, probably my favorite all-time TV show, Seinfeld. All time, right, Scott? Yeah.
Yes,
That's what I'm
Coach.
going to say from now on. I'm a festivist.
You never watched Seinfeld?
I did watch Seinfeld, but I don't remember that from that show.
You're too young. You're a baby. You don't. That show. Let's see. When did Seinfeld ended? I'm saying, Scott, about 10 years ago.
No. I was still in Arizona. It had to be 02, 03, somewhere around there. I think maybe 01, actually.
Really?
Right around there. Actually,
It's actually 98.
Or
Just
90,
looked it
yeah,
up.
90s. I was going to say.
No
I was
kidding.
probably
98 was
21,
the last show.
It didn't even run a full decade, only 9 years.
Did you see the last show, Scott? You remember the
No,
last show?
I remember everyone having parties to watch it, but I wasn't 100%
To me,
into it.
it was like
so.
a horrible last show. The four of them were in jail. Remember, Scott? Yeah, he doesn't
yeah,
remember. He doesn't watch.
He's not answering.
Cody
questions.
remembers.
I
He's
kinda
not
remember.
Scott.
I kind of remember.
This is Barry Manilow.
Thank you.
You're starting to like his voice too, aren't
See,
you?
it's a Barry Manilow voice over here.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, we get him out of. He can make a great living being an agent for us, right?
Yeah.
See,
we're
us.
He has his license over here. We're gonna get him his
He doesn't
license.
have his license. Are you getting your
He's
license?
working
I'm
on
getting
it.
my
I have my
license.
Seriously?
I'm taking my test
You
in
do?
February.
I just have to.
Really?
I've
I didn't
taken
know
all
that.
the
Where
prerequisite
do you
courses
take it at, the test?
down in Los Angeles.
I don't understand that. Why it's only one location in the federal building, right? I think it's the federal building.
I'm not sure. There's different locations throughout the state, but I know for locally here, it's in LA somewhere.
I think they just like to make that test intimidating.
Yeah. It's how
Is
many
that what you're
questions?
afraid of, Coach?
Yeah, I'm afraid of it. Yeah. I was
Okay.
never I'm just being as open and honest on Christmas week. I was
This week only.
yeah,
First time
just-
for everything.
yeah, just this week. Just this
Just
week.
this week.
Yeah, I was a horrible test taker. I actually knew
Yes.
stuff, and I couldn't. I was very good outside the classroom. You know, I knew history. I knew everything. But as soon as the test came, I'd get these pains in my neck. I remember taking a test one time. My neck froze up. I couldn't turn my neck. I'd get anxiety attacks.
Yes, I get the same way.
No,
I don't like tests either.
How are you, Scott, taking tests?
Actually, really, really good at taking
Really?
those types
Yeah.
of tests. I'm sorry.
I was the same way, but not quite as drastic as you are. with
Terrible.
my
I
neck.
just, even years ago, I don't know, I'll say 6, 7 years. How often do you have to take the written driver's thing? I haven't had
I can't remember the last time I had to take one.
Just
Can't
once.
you do your renewals?
I got a ticket. I got 2 tickets for speeding. I'm going to say 6 or 7. I haven't had it, knock on wood. Is this wood,
Yes.
Cody? This not real wood, is it?
I think the outside part is.
There's real wood.
close,
So I
right?
get a couple of tickets, and then they call. I get the letter. I had to come in to take the test, and I was freaking out that I had to take the driver. You know, not driving, but I had to take the written test, and it was hilarious.
Did you pass? I hope.
I did, but I don't want to get into it. But
many
I went
times
to
did you
I
have
went
to
to
barely
the,
pass?
I went to the tickets. Yeah,
Barely passed. It's okay, Coach.
70%.
Yeah, 69.9.
Have you ever got a ticket and gone to the ticket school?
Online.
So I said to my wife, this goes back the same 5-6 years ago. So I said to her on a Saturday, I said, I'll just go to the office. I'll take probably an hour. Everybody said take an hour, right? 8 o'clock that night. 8 o'clock that night. So the last test, you take these 10 tests of 10 questions each. So I was pretty good on those. There were 50 of them. So five of those. So I got rid of that pretty good. Then there's the 50 question test. It sounds like you've done it, Scott, right? Yeah. So you have to pass, you have to get what, 90% or something. I'd always miss one. I'm missing one since 2 in the afternoon till 8
So
at
wait,
night.
you stayed all day testing?
All night.
Oh my God. You could come back,
They give you the answers.
The bus, the school bus is going up the hill and its lights
the
are
catch.
flashing.
And you're still testing.
Yeah.
Do you drive right past it as fast as possible, or
Yeah, exactly. Or do you,
Coach, I slam on the gas?
yeah. So the lights are flashing, Charlene. Do you stop? I don't know. It's just crazy
Hey,
stuff.
did you realize that in our area here, nobody merges to the right for our emergency vehicles? It
That's
just kills
not
me.
true. No, that's
I
not.
see it all the time.
It does happen less and less.
What do you mean? What do people-
Right.
They don't go over to the right. They
Never.
They slow down.
stop in the middle of the
Sometimes they
section,
stop in the middle,
and
but
then
they
the
don't get
ambulance
over.
can't get around you anywhere. It's like,
But if
We
you're in
gotta
a
veer.
certain lane, and you can't move, they say stay in place so
Right.
the driver figures it out. But I've not experienced that. You
Yeah.
guys have really?
yeah, I've seen it quite a bit recently. See, Cody's nodding.
I
You
like
got-
it when they speed up so they don't have to pull over.
You got your
They just stay
Millennial
ahead.
Minute coming up after the break. I'm excited every week about your Millennial Minute. Our show is called The Business of Life. My very special guest hostess, Charlene Gill, with CSMC Mortgage. That's an interesting segue. I wanted to talk about life a little bit on this week. So, I think the three of you know I do business coaching, a lot of it. And a subject came up the other day with a client. I never mention clients. I don't even mention industries. But the client is, and I generally coach mature business owners, people that have been in business for a while and they get stuck in their business. And the owner that I was coaching is a quiet owner, goes at a very leisurely pace. And we got on the subject of merging on the freeway, or I guess I started it. And I said, my oldest daughter, Julie, I had to start teaching her how to drive when she was 14 because she still has, what do you call it? She's not as eye-hand coordination. That's what I'm trying to say. So I knew that she had eye-hand coordination issues. So I wanted like 2 years of practicing. And her biggest fear was merging on the freeway.
It can be intimidating.
It is. So I brought this up last night at dinner. I was telling my wife about the conversation I had with my client. So my wife looks over at me. She says, that's my biggest fear. And I never knew it. So merging on the freeway, going at the speed of the other traffic, is a big issue with a lot of people. But the analogy is it works the same way in life. So certain people go at such a speed you can't keep up with them. And other people go so slow you wonder what's the matter with them. The question is, are you doing the things to get you to your own goals? That's another thing we talked about, is that your goals, Charlene, aren't the same as somebody else down the street or
Right.
or me or Scott or Travis. We all have our own goals. So the importance of going at a certain speed that you're comfortable is more important than trying to keep up with the Joneses. That was a big thing when I was growing up, keeping up with the Joneses. I don't see that anymore in our society. I don't see people like, if the neighbor down the street bought a new car, oh, you had to go out. I don't see that anymore. I think we're a healthier society. You guys want to
and
chime in on that?
I don't think you can freely take money out of your property as quickly and easily as you could back then too. And a lot of people probably learned a hard lesson. They probably did that one too many times and said, "Ooh, it might not be
It's
worth."
an interesting segue. You
keeping
kind of
up.
lost me there for a second. You're talking about real estate loans. No, I'm talking
Really?
about a philosophical approach to life.
Yeah.
Is that I don't think I don't think we compare. I think the younger people, your generation, have it right about not keeping up with. Does that make sense?
Cody's generation.
I would say maybe they don't do so much as buying things, but they definitely do a lot. I mean, you look at stuff like Instagram, it's 90% just vanity posts, and that gets in people's head. They want to be. It's more about going to the places the cool people go to, wearing the clothes they, eating
Really?
what they do.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it still exists. It's maybe not as prevalent.
But now it's
in
more
the past.
tech.
It
Isn't
is.
it more
It's
tech?
And even in my age group of my kids, their buddy has the new Jordans. They want the new Jordans. They have a new
Really?
iPhone
Okay.
10.
Mm-hmm.
So does
Maybe
my daughter,
maybe I'm
yeah.
out of the loop. Scott, you have kids?
No, I don't yet, but I think.
What are you waiting for?
I'm trying. Don't worry.
Okay. You got to try a little harder.
Another
buddy.
reason my parents aren't listening. That's good. They're not listening.
We're going to take a quick break, come back. Don't go anywhere. If you're driving, no texting and driving, no texting and driving. You're listening to The Business Life. My co-host today, Charlene Gill. And don't forget, when we come back, we're going to get into a little bit of sports. I am so angst about what I saw the other night, Mr. Travis.
Rules
We're
are
going to talk
rules.
about rules. We're going to talk about rules. All right, there's rules of the road, there's rules in life, and we're going to be talking about this. We'll be right back on the Business Life KHTS award-winning radio. You can listen on hometownstation.com. Don't forget, or download the app. Just go to your iPhone or Droid and download the app KHTS 1220. Be right back.
Puts the community in community banking. They strive to be your most trusted bank. Mission Valley Bank is happy to sponsor KHTS Holiday Music. Happy holidays!
KHTS Holiday Music also brought to you by Chiquita Canyon.
From all of us at Chiquita Canyon, we'd like to wish you and your family a happy, prosperous holiday season. This year, Chiquita Canyon is proud to sponsor holiday music on your local hometown station, KHTS. Happy holidays.
Drugs or alcohol abuse can tear a family apart. In Santa Clarita, just like everywhere else, it's an epidemic. The Way Out Recovery is here to help. Call them now at 296-4444 or visit them on the web at thewayoutrocoveryscv.com. The Way Out offers outpatient treatment for adolescents, adults, and family members. The Way Out is compassionate, caring, professional, and confidential. You and your family don't have to suffer any longer. Call the Way Out Recovery now, 296-4444, or visit thewayoutrocoveryscv.com and make an appointment. Asking for help is the first step.
At Jersey Mike's, we make a sub above. Bread baked fresh, veggies served crisp, meat and cheese sliced on the spot. Then comes the juice. Red wine vinegar and olive oil blended to perfection is what makes a Jersey Mike's sub a sub to behold. And beholding? Well, we think that works best with two hands. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Your Santa Clarita Jersey Mike's, a proud sponsor of Santa Clarita Sports.
What will you find at Assistance League Resale Store? You won't know until you visit us on Main Street in downtown Newhall. You could find the perfect dress or shirt, perhaps a sweater in just the right color. We have clothing for men, women, and children. Household treasures and holiday decorations abound. Select shoes, jewelry, toys, or a good book. Just look for our decorative window and come in to enjoy shopping at Assistance League Resale. For more information, visit our website, assistanceleaguesantaclarita.org.
The Las Vegas shooting created awareness for all of us. Awareness to upgrade security at concerts. Awareness for clearly marked exit signs. Awareness on how to evacuate safely. And awareness to have tighter hotel security. The law offices of Owen Patterson Owen are working diligently with Las Vegas victims to prevent future tragedies from occurring, as well as protecting the rights of Las Vegas victims to receive financial assistance for their ordeal. If you know someone impacted by the shooting, visit opolaw.com. That's opolaw.com.
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Welcome to Country, KHTS. I'm trying to get the station to go. They're playing more country, aren't they, Cody?
Oh yeah, we are definitely.
Yeah, no.
I mean, right now
I've
it's
been
mostly
working
cute
on
for Christmas
Carl
stuff.
and Jerry for years.
I was going to say that had to be with a coach thing there.
Yeah.
His country.
Welcome back. Show's called The Business Life every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. My very special guest today, Scott Anderson, the pro over at Valencia Country Club. And soon to have his own sports show, probably in a week or two, Travis Gist. We're going to be talking about sports here in a minute. But the Millennial Minute. Every Tuesday we do the Millennial Minute. So Cody is our engineer, producer. He's 25 years old. You did graduate high school, I think.
Yes, I did.
What high school?
West Ranch, actually, out here.
Oh, West Ranch. Okay. Is that the money school, what they call the money school?
It sort of is. I mean, it's kind of when I went there, it still is. But no Castaic High ended up being a high school for a lot of different people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's definitely up there on the hill with a lot of money, but people from all over go there, so it's not so.
The rumor is they're going to take that street. What's the street that runs right in front
I
of
forgot. I know they want to expand it. 'Cause it's
Right,
dead ends.
that's where the 20,000 homes are going to go. I know, I read that. Okay, what's your millennial, what's your story today?
Well, actually, it's less of a story, more of a question. I'm kind of glad we have all you guys in the studio because, I don't know, with all this stuff over last week, the new Star Wars came out, and I've been kind of wondering about how long is the leeway for spoilers on TV and movie. I don't get it. I saw spoilers next day. I've seen people who that night were putting stuff on, and there's some people who are like, don't tell me anything. I don't care how long it is. So I'm just kind of curious, get you guys' intake, because I couldn't come up with it. Personally, I don't care if I know about spoilers like watching movies, but some people, they kind of can't live that way, so. I was just wondering if you guys have
I don't know where to go with this. A spoiler is the ad promoting
kind of stuff that happens in it. I guess that's kind of should explain that more. Sometimes, there'll be like a TV show, like Longmire, for example, and you have an ending you don't want people to know about. Would you
Is
rather
this Star Wars? What is this?
No, that's
Star Trek? You got the first word right.
Star-
You got a lot of letters right. You're really close. but-
I like Star Wars, but I haven't seen the latest. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right.
I don't know.
That's the Millennial Minute brought to you by CSMC Mortgage.
We have a lot to say about that, Cody.
Yeah, sometimes it's just too much. You can't get it out.
We need the Millennial Minute is sponsored by CSMC Mortgage. If you're looking to refinance your house, there's only one person I would call. That's Charlene. We're going to figure out Thursday when you listen to her show at 2 o'clock. We're going to put a little jingle to the music. You need a catchy number. Do you have a really catchy phone number?
I am going to come up with a little jingle to that number on Thursday.
Here's your office number. Nobody's going to write it down. 206 3543. How do you make that?
I'm going to make that into a little song.
Really? 206 3543.
See?
All right, never mind.
It needs a little work, but we'll come up with something.
Back to
will not be doing that promo.
Okay, so on your sports show, are you going to get controversial? I mean,
yeah, we're going to get controversial.
So did you watch the Pittsburgh game?
I did. I watched the Pittsburgh game. Look, rules are rules. Some rules may be ridiculous, but they're the rules, right? And we probably experience that in our everyday lives. There's rules we follow that we're like, oh my goodness, why? But look, they've been consistent. Des Bryant reception, somebody else's reception. He came down, the ball crossed the goal line, but he fumbled it or mishandled it, and they've called it incomplete over and over and over again. So, it is what it is. That's the rule.
No, I'm not buying it. I mean, you're sitting next to the pro at Valencia Country Club, Scott Anderson. There's no sport that has more rules than your sport. I mean, you actually have a book.
It's like it's almost like a Bible, really.
Yeah.
It's thick. It's
well,
dense.
it is.
It's very dense. It's like reading philosophy almost.
Charlene. The book is what sport? Travis, look at me. You're a golfer. Have you seen the rules?
Have you guys read that book?
No.
It's part of the PGA training pro. You have to kind of
know
go
it
through
inside
it.
and out.
No. No one's gonna. That's why they have the books. You don't have to memorize it, but you have to kind of know how to navigate the book. That's kind of the deal. It's kind of like underwriting mortgages.
It's kind of like the law.
Right.
Do you have
open to interpretation?
You played volleyball. Did you have a book of rules?
No.
How many rules were there in volleyball? 3?
I don't know, probably 10, 12, and you just had to memorize what you do, what you don't do.
And you played basketball.
Yeah.
And how many rules are there in basketball?
About the same.
Yeah. I mean, so in football, in basketball, you have referees. In volleyball, you have one referee.
Yes.
High up on
But
the
you
net.
have the sidelines. You have, you have everyone watching, make sure the ball's in bounds. And
So in football, Travis, we have 7 referees. I think they're experimenting with 8 some games, but they have 7. Right. And to me, the referees, we were talking about at lunch today, you could call a penalty on every holding play, on every play, every play, right?
Oh yeah.
So Scott, Travis, how do they determine that they're going to make this call right now?
Well, look,
that's the frustrating part.
They're human and they're going to make mistakes, but we got instant replay in football because people complained about the mistakes of the referees, and now we get instant replay and people are upset about that. So I don't think you're ever going to make 100% of the people happy all the time. So, you would hope for consistency, and maybe that referee, they're, like I said, they're human. Their eyes at certain places at certain times, and maybe they miss something obvious sometimes. But you know what? You got to give them a break. I think, they went to replay on that Jesse James touchdown reception called back, and it is what it is.
Okay, so let's start with that. So he in my mind, he caught the ball and made a football move to get it over the goal line.
And the ball,
he made a football move. So how do they say that he didn't catch the ball?
No, they didn't say that he didn't catch the ball. They said that as he went through the end zone, he didn't have control of the ball, and the ball hit the ground. So he made a reception.
Because he was a wide receiver.
Yeah, because he's a wide receiver. He made the reception. He made a football move across the goal line. The ball crossed the goal line, but then as he went to the ground, he muffled the ball, fumbled the ball, didn't have full control of the ball.
Yeah. Well, I think the subjectivity is bizarre. I think the stopping of the momentum of sports in basketball. Do they stop the game now, even in the NBA, right?
Yeah, they stop the game in the NBA. If it's in the middle of the play, they have a signal that they do over their head that if the next dead ball, they're going to go to the video monitor and check out the play.
And can you imagine, Scott, in golf, so we were talking, the three of us were talking about this at lunch too. Golf is about honor. So let's talk about that for a second. So golf, when I was growing up, when I was a little boy, and none of you were born, it was considered a gentleman's game.
Oh, it still is, for sure.
Okay.
There's no question.
So I like that. I like that we're self-policing on the golf course. Rarely, I've been playing golf for a long, long time, and rarely have I seen cheating. I mean, I have seen it, yes. Some intentional and some not intentional, and this goes back to the rules. If you don't know the rules of golf, then it could be perceived that you're cheating.
Correct. I mean, like you said, that you tend to know the common rules, the ones that are every day, that happen all the time. However, when you are playing with someone, and I don't cheat. Obviously, most players don't cheat, but when you are playing with someone who is cheating, it kind of sticks out. That you kind of know, like it just. Wait a second, where'd that ball come from? Type of thing. How was out of bounds? How'd you find your ball?
Or where'd you learn how to count?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's funny,
Exactly.
Travis. I think the counting
more so that.
Yeah, I think the counting. What did you take? 4.
Right.
You know damn well.
With a few
You got
guys
a bogey. Yeah.
That don't know how to count very well.
Show's called The Business Life. My wonderful co-host is Charlene Gill, who runs CSMC Mortgage. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't be more serious. If you're thinking about refinancing your house, buying a house, just remember the name Charlene. We'll figure out how to get you a phone number. Charlene Gill. All right, back to sports. So do you have a favorite sport where, like, to me, there's only 2 sports, football and spring football. For you, is it?
What about golf, Coach?
Yeah, for me, it's basketball. I grew up in Kansas. I played basketball my whole life. Went to University of Kansas, Kansas University basketball camps.
Jayhawks.
Roy Williams was my summer coach one year, and the next year was Larry Brown, or his first Larry Brown, then the following Roy Williams. So I've loved basketball, played it my whole life.
What about you,
But
Scott?
I do play other sports too.
I follow everything basically.
Really? You don't have a favorite? You don't have...
I like golf. I went to University of Arizona. So I follow Arizona basketball.
Tucson?
So, yeah.
What a beautiful school.
It's great.
The Wildcats.
About 7.5 months of the year. It's really, really nice.
No, Tucson is grown dramatically. I mean, the west side of Tucson, just beautiful. I mean, my age group's moving there to retire. It's a big retirement, isn't there?
Right. It's about an hour from the border as well. So
I've been to the border.
You tend to the senior citizens
Nogales.
tend to get their pharmaceuticals down
You ever
there.
go-
It's a little cheaper.
Yeah. Did you ever
Cheaper.
go to the Cave in Nogales? Famous
No,
restaurant.
No, actually, I think I might have.
It's a restaurant, you guys, underground
Famous.
in a cave.
Right.
Interesting.
And it's a high-end restaurant. It's not.
I've heard of it. I heard of it.
Yeah, the Cave.
In college, I didn't have that much money, Coach. So
Yeah, we have relatives that live in Tucson. Now, what about you, Charlene? Basketball, volleyball?
But I have to say the Green Bay Packers, because that's our family kind of.
Yeah.
My dad grew up there. I've got, my grandparents had Green Bay Packers tickets, or they have their season tickets. But those are really hard to come by. Those
Are they owners of the team?
Yeah. Those are being passed down generation to
I know.
generation. So I would be in big trouble if I didn't say
Where do
Green
they
Bay
live?
Packers.
Where do your grandparents live?
Well, my grandparents lived in Manitowoc.
Okay.
Wisconsin.
I used to have an office in Milwaukee. I love Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Loved Milwaukee. You ever been there? No. Yeah. No?
So are you in mourning today?
Well,
You're right. They're out of the playoffs.
yeah,
I
they
know.
make the playoffs.
I know. My family's very upset. I'm sure they're upset, but that would be my team. I'd follow.
Would the three of you take video out of all sports and just let's get back to let the game play, and if the refs make a mistake, as you say, Travis, they're just human. Baseball now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baseball, we've got, but they put a clock on it, right? They have to make the ruling within a minute?
Yeah, I think it's a minute, something like that.
But
it's just getting more and more and more, and I think before too long, it's going to take the fun out of the sport when everything's stopping so much to review. So I think, it's hard to say. You see some positive out of it sometimes, but when it's over and over and over again, it makes you want to go back just to the human element, and that's it.
the rules of honor in sports other than golf, I don't see it. But real quick on baseball, on football. Football viewing is down. And like I said, the only two sports for me is spring football and football. The commercial, I mean, every time they go to video, we go to a commercial. The commercials, and I realize they're making a bloody fortune, and I'm getting to a point where I'm sick of the commercials. I mean, really. So that's a cheap lead into Netflix in a minute.
Yeah, the new thing that I see that I think they all should do is that split screen commercial, where you still got a little box where
Fox
you can see what's going on,
that.
and
Yeah,
you have your
good.
commercial.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
And actually, you tend to watch the commercial more when they do that. So you tend to watch the commercial more
Very
when
good
they
point.
do that.
I hope golf does that this year. Fox is the only one doing it, to my knowledge, where they do the split screen. But I hope golf goes to that.
Yeah.
Charlene, you were going to say something?
I was just going to say, where you can fast forward through the commercial. You know how, like, you take a test, sometimes it says you have to stay on that page a certain amount of time before it'll let you go to the next screen? Okay, so you hold us there for a few seconds and then let us fast forward through the rest.
But on live sports, you can't do that.
I know, but it would be nice if you could.
I don't think so. It's a cheap plug for Netflix. Cheap plug. So I am binge. Cody, you ever watch Netflix?
I used to actually cancel my subscription recently, but I did for a
Why?
while. I have Amazon Instant Video included with Prime, and I buy a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays, so there isn't a ton of stuff I need Netflix for.
Oh my goodness. So did you see what the CEO of Netflix makes a year? I got in a big argument with my wife about it this morning at breakfast. $150 million.
Wow.
That's his paycheck.
Whoa.
That's his paycheck. Are you making that kind of money over at Valencia Country Club?
Easily twice that much.
But is anybody worth that kind of money? Seriously, is anybody worth... The only guy that I would say Gates might have been worth the money that when he started Microsoft, but Steve Jobs, I mean...
Mm-hmm.
Charlene, you might be worth that kind of money.
I don't know. I wish I was worth that kind of money.
Well, think about it. You always hear the value of your house is not X unless somebody pays for it.
Mm-hmm.
That
I mean,
amount.
everyone
So
always thinks it's worth more.
If someone's going to pay him $150 million, I guess he's worth it.
That's what my wife said.
And he's not going to say no.
I get it.
Doesn't mean it's right, but
So
that's only 90 after taxes.
He's doing the math. I see his
Well, Travis and I
his
were
wheels
talking about
turning.
the new tax bill. Are you guys familiar with the new tax bill?
We've been following it.
You're not going to like it.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to like it. You're not going to be able to write off this California, New York, and I think Massachusetts has the highest individual tax. Now you're not going to be able to write off your California tax.
up to $10,000, I believe.
That's for mortgage.
So it's going on the desk, I think, to be reviewed tomorrow. So
No.
Thursday, right? Aren't we supposed
Cody,
to have the
jump
answer on
in.
that?
No, they voted today. It passed on the lower house of Congress.
Oh.
Senate
Well,
tonight.
Senate
tonight.
Okay.
Cody,
Yikes.
you're what? We're going to break again? No.
No, I wasn't. No, yeah, of course not.
Oh, wow, the time goes that fast. Unbelievable. I hope people are enjoying the show. We're just kind of babbling today on the business of life. That's what we kind of do every week. Shows about literally nothing. We just babble. But if you want to take a nap, this is a good show to take a nap to.
Well, preferably not during the show. Maybe after, as it ends.
No, but seriously, if we're doing good things, if you're at home listening to the show or you're at the office and you need a little 10-minute snoozer, this is a good show to listen to. Not your show on Thursday.
No, you don't want to sleep
Not
through
my
those
show
shows.
coming up.
No, we want you alert and ready to listen.
So back to Netflix real quick. None of you have seen Longmire on?
I haven't seen
I'm
it.
telling you,
No.
go watch 2 episodes. Next week, call me and tell me what you think. You got to get hooked. Longmire.
Okay.
Longmire. And you, The Ranch I watched last night. That's pretty good.
The Ranch.
Yeah.
On Netflix?
Yeah. What have you seen on Netflix?
You don't have, you watch Narcos and you watch all the stuff that you're supposed to watch. But
What's Narcos?
Yeah, you ever heard of Narcos?
No. Is it
Oh,
good?
Coach.
Is it a whodunit?
No, you gotta kind of just watch the first episode. You'll be into it, I think, for sure. It's about
I'll watch it tonight.
Yeah, it's about the cartels in the 80s.
Ooh, and I'll watch it tonight. NARCOS.
COS, yeah.
I'll watch it tonight.
You'll be instantly hooked.
How many years do they?
I think there's three seasons now.
3 seasons.
Cody?
3 seasons, yeah.
3 seasons.
3 seasons. Real quick, are you giving golf lessons? Are you?
I am. Do give golf instruction at the Valencia Country Club. Whenever and
What's your strength?
wherever I
Older
can.
people, young people, kids?
Everybody.
Really?
Yeah, I take a holistic approach to everybody's golf game because, as you know, as a golfer, there's several different layers and all kinds of
I'm going to bring
directions.
my Madison. Are you there all week this week? I'm going to bring Madison
Yeah.
over. She's on the varsity now as a 10th grader at. No, she's a 9th going in the 10th at Saugus, but she needs lessons.
Does she golf there?
Yeah, she's on the golf team. She was the number 1
Nice.
golfer as a freshman. She
Really?
won the award.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Really?
She's we got to go to break. All right, come back. And Charlene and I are going to talk a little bit about life. We'll be right back on the show we call The Business of Life here on KHTS.
My favorite restaurant in Santa Clarita? Salt Creek Grill, of course. Great food, neat atmosphere.
For a business lunch or romantic dinner, I always go to Salt Creek.
Hi, I'm Greg Amsler, owner of Salt Creek Grill. We have created Salt Creek to provide you with the most comfortable and inviting restaurant in Santa Clarita. Enjoy fresh mesquite grilled fish, aged steaks, and the best chops imaginable. There's entertainment every Friday and Saturday night, and we have the best Sunday brunch in town. Salt Creek is on Town Center Drive in Valencia.
My neck pain, it was constant.
Whitening Lightning founder Jen Gerard.
Nothing helped. I tried it all. Then a friend told me about Mend Cryotherapy.
Mend Cryotherapy is a natural treatment that uses extreme cold to aid in the recovery of muscle, tissues, and joints. Professional athletes swear by it. Those in chronic pain love it.
Chris, Matt, and his staff are amazing.
Find out what so many others have discovered on Newhall Ranch Road and Rye Canyon by LA Fitness. Mend Cryotherapy.
No more pain.
At Jersey Mike's, we think there's a whole lot of wow to be found between 2 layers of fresh baked bread. Like, wow, this sub sandwich sure has a little something something special. And wow, Juice does for sub sandwiches what spinach does for a certain well-known sailor man. Because we never just make a sub. Every sub we make is a sub above. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Your Santa Clarita Jersey Mike's, a proud sponsor of Santa Clarita Sports.
First impressions say it all. Choosing the right makeup is critical to that first impression and keeping your skin looking young and healthy. That's why Santa Clarita's Jen Gerard created Gerard Cosmetics. Inspired by women of all ages who gravitate toward classic and timeless beauty with a modern twist, Gerard Cosmetics. Superb quality and pigmentation, along with lip glosses and lipsticks in colors for everyone. The internationally acclaimed Gerard Cosmetics. Discover your new look at GerardCosmetics.com.
I love it.
Right on!
Your hometown station.
Jimmy, if you're listening back in New York, I miss you, buddy, but you're feeling a lot not nicer than you are. Charlene Gill filling in for Jim Piccirillo. Been doing the show 20 years, and he's back 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks back in New York. Starting maybe next week or the week after, sports show on KHTS. Travis, what's the title of the show?
Travis Talk Sports.
And are you going to be controversial? What are you going to,
Oh, we can be controversial. What I want to do, I think would be great for our community, is just talk about local sports, talk about the high schools.
There you go.
Saugus, Hart, West Ranch, Valencia, even some of the private schools, Santa Clarita Christian, Masters.
Can you give Saugus
University.
a little plug once in a while? It's always Hart,
Saugus.
it's always Valencia. Now West Ranch has moved up.
So, yeah, I want to talk about local sports and then talk about national sports as well. We can talk a little smack here and there. But I want to really promote the local sports, some of the local athletes, student athletes, how they're having success, their teams, have some of the coaches come on. And then,
Good idea.
have some of even local professional athletes who live in Santa Clarita.
Can you get Shane to come on?
Shane Vereen, my good buddy Mike Pemberthy. Many people know here
Mike
in the city.
Montgomery.
Yeah.
Chicago. We have famous golfers. You should get Scott to bring Garwood on, right? You've got a professional.
He's he moved to a different course actually, but
He did?
Yeah. But Jason Gore.
Gore, yeah,
definitely famous.
Duffner.
Duff, yeah.
Duffy.
Duffner's a member?
No, he's not a member, but he's been around. And there's a bunch of actually a lot of pros that come over to they love our course. You know, we used to host
the PGA.
We used to host the PGA tournament there, and
aren't you guys going to try to host it again?
Senior tournament, hopefully 2019.
Maybe I'll qualify to play in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe.
I'll get you down. I'll take some lessons from me. I'll get you
I will.
down to
I know I will take some lessons.
Single digits, coach.
I will take some lessons. I don't want to be single digit. Can't make any money as a single digit. So Charlene, how is your life? You're a mommy.
Good. I am.
How many kids you have?
Just one, Madison.
Oh, I love that name. I have a Madison too. We both have a Madison.
Yep, 3 years apart.
Yeah, and your husband is John.
Yep, Johnny.
And is he listening?
They're listening today.
Oh, Madison too?
They both are.
Big shout out to you, Madison. I call my Madison Maddie. What do you call your
Maddie?
Really? M-A-D-D-I-E?
M-A-D-I-E.
That's my Maddie too.
Yeah.
I just gave her some money. She's at the mall right now.
She just got money too because she got pretty good grades. So she gets $5 for every A. So her wallet's full.
My Maddie got an A in golf, A in choir.
A in PE.
That's golf.
Okay. Cooking?
No cooking this semester. She took golf, choir, and something called Lit. She runs the magazine at Saugus. And
my Maddie's in the ASB. So she's in the student body.
Politics.
They do all
good for you, Maddie. My daughter, my oldest daughter, Julie, was in. That's good. Good for you. She maybe has some politician in her, starting at an early age. Is she a good negotiator with you and Johnny?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We started early on those negotiations.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you have to pick and choose battles with them.
Yeah. Thursday, we've got a big show on your show coming up. We don't want to give it away too much, but
yep.
We've got a singer coming on.
I do.
Yeah, and what else?
We're going to bring on a couple agents. We're going to talk about median home price, how many properties are currently on the market.
This medium home price is crazy. I mean, you move to other state. You from Arizona, right? So you can go to Tucson for what do you get for $500,000 in Tucson? A mansion, castle.
I imagine, you could probably get a 5-bedroom in the mountains. Pretty nice, yeah.
And $500,000 here, you're getting your starter home.
A starter home. I mean, it's not funny. I mean,
it's not.
It's not funny because young people.
I feel bad for Cody.
Yeah.
Because remember, we're working on him.
I just feel bad for Cody, period.
I like Cody.
I do too. He's great. I would never have anybody else. I asked for him to produce our show.
I know.
I mean, there's 1,000 people here. I could have picked any one of them, but I picked Cody. So.
And he's on my show too. We want to keep Cody with us.
Yeah. But I love talking about real estate because I don't know anything about it. So I learned so much the last couple of weeks just listening to you and your
guests. But there's so much to talk about.
Never going to run out of subjects.
We won't ever run out of anything to talk about.
So, okay, median price, what else are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about new home development, new construction in the area, all the new construction areas that are coming available.
Good for you.
We're going to
maybe
talk about
not
that.
So good for the traffic. Really good for your mortgage company. They're talking about 20,000. Good for you too, Scott.
Because he's going to get players over at your golf course.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd hope so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. They're talking about 20,000 homes in the next 15 years. And he's happy because that's going to drive up the cost of joining the club more.
Well, yeah, I mean,
more moolah.
You'd think so.
Yeah,
but
supply and demand.
Exactly. Millennials are playing golf, right?
Not so much, no. Again, it comes down to, I think, the price ceiling thing. The price floor. Getting involved is not cheap, so.
Well, it takes 4.5, 5 hours to play. And
it's not quick either.
Yeah,
but in your industry, they're really pushing, which I think is cool, the 9-hole. I like that. Because you can play 9 holes. If you and I went out and played 9 holes, we'd do it in an hour.
Right, in the afternoon, it's pretty quick. Or early morning, really quick. So
yeah, and if you walk, it's great exercise. It really is. All right, we'll see you Thursday at 2 o'clock at home with Charlene. That's the name of the show. Put it on your calendar this Thursday. It's a great show, a lot of information. We try to make it fun. And we want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. Just no texting and driving this week, and be kind like Charlene is. Just be kind to everybody. All right.
Lead by example, right,
Yeah,
Coach?
see you Thursday, 2 o'clock.
Bye-bye.